What's going on, my good people? Welcome back to Play to Win with More Than a Coach. Mike Holmes here. I'm going to be continuing my talk on the levels and lights of learning. My previous videos, I did one on belief, which is the first level, and I did one on faith, which is the second level. And also I focus on scholarship over emotionalism when dealing with the religious and spiritual aspects of life. And today, this talk, I'm going to be going back over belief and faith, but it's going to be in the perspective of what I call wealth of self. And I titled it Wealth of Self because, in these days, there's so much information out here for people to learn and, study and come across. But from my observation as my own research and my own study, a lot of these things, if not all of them, as you will see in my talk, it's like it's never focused on self or the individual, And, just over the years, you heard it where when you consider yourself or you start doing things for yourself, you're considered a selfish, being or a selfish individual. But in this talk, we're going to just define, people just say that we're going to define what self is. And I'm going to talk about why it's so essential for you to know yourself. Just one thing that I can say, if you don't know yourself, in tune with yourself, how can you really be beneficial to anyone else? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the talk. And then we're going to begin with the definition. And the first level in light of learning, which is belief. And belief, as defined, is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. And it says trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. And then, belief translates into believe, and it is defined as to accept something as true, feel secure of the truth of, and have faith. And it says especially religious faith. Now, with me and the play to win perspective, and it means to have trust, faith, or confidence in self. Or you can say that an acceptance that a statement about oneself is true. Okay? And why I do this is like if you see the regular definition of belief, like I say, even in these definitions, they just tell you to have faith, trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something other than yourself. And so with the play to win perspective, we're going to have an acceptance that a statement or statements about oneself is true, that we'll get into how that can be done. And then we're going to have trust, faith, and confidence in oneself. And now we're going to go to believe, and the play to win perspective is to accept the good things about self as true, feel sure of yourself, and to have faith in yourself, especially a religious type of faith in yourself, which we will get into. We're going to define religion and religion, and then we're going to, and we all know how that is, being religious. Normally it's considered with church, but you can be religious about yourself and things that you like, things that you enjoy, or things that you want to accomplish. And so, from those definitions, we're going to go ahead and break down and define what self is. And self is defined as a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others. The second definition is a person's particular nature or personality, the qualities that make a person an individual or unique. And then third is one's own interest or pleasure. And now you can see why I stated just a little while ago why knowing self is so important. It's a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others. It's their particular nature or their personality, or it's the qualities that make them an individual. And then it also deals with one's own interest or pleasure. Now, if you're so concerned about someone else and someone or something, things or something or some other thing, interest or pleasure, how is that really benefiting you and benefiting those individuals around you? And so the play to win perspective, like I like to say, man, let's start believing in self as opposed to someone or something else, which is stated in these dictionaries definition. Anyway, and then my question is, why aren't individuals taught to believe in themselves anyway? but they are taught to believe in everything outside of themselves.